Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this channel. Hope you're doing good. Today, the air was thick with grief and disbelief in KwaMbonambi, KwaZulu-Natal, the home of the late former Minister of Arts and Culture, Nathi Mthethwa. Among the mourners who gathered was Fikile Mbalula, the African National Congress Secretary-General, who came not only as a political comrade, but as a friend, as a brother, and a fellow soldier of the movement. Standing before the Mthethwa family, Mbalula's tone was solemn. He began reminding South Africans that this was not a time for speculation, that the ANC could not engage in rumors surrounding Mthethwa's sudden death in France. He described Nathi Mthethwa as a disciplined cadre, a man who understood the sacrifices of leadership, a leader who carried the struggles of the ANC long before the comforts of office came. Balula's message was clear. The movement had lost more than a comrade, it had lost a pillar. And while whispers of foul play swirl across social media, the ANC Secretary-General urged patience. He revealed that the President Cyril Ramaphosa, had deployed a team to work with the French authorities to establish the truth. He further explained the arrangements that Mthethwa's remains would be flown from France to OR Tambo International, then onward to Durban before the final journey home to KwaMbonambi. A journey that symbolizes not just a return, but a farewell to a son of the soil. As the sun set over the Mthethwa homestead, Mbalula's words lingered, a reminder of the fragile humanity behind political power and the bonds of brotherhood that death alone can silence. In Balula's words, Comrade Nathi Mthethwa's passing is not only a loss to his family, but to the entire movement and the nation. South Africa now waits for answers and for closure.
Well, Nathi cannot be described in one word. He was a sweet human being, but decisive. He was principled in a sense that when he has taken a stand, he will stand with it. He was not afraid of debate. He believed in political education that the ANC empowered him about. He was persuaded in many ways based on political education and his beliefs. Nathi, like all of us, we grew up in the ANC Youth League. Nathi was an organic intellectual. He inspired a whole lot of us and had a contribution that he would have made. Sometimes when people pass away, we tend to say things that are unreal, that are not truthful about them. But what I'm about to tell you, I know every member of the ANC can attest to that. Nathi was a militant in the sense that when the time came to defend these people who were under siege from violence by the dark forces of apartheid, Nathi was there, leading from the front. Nathi was organic in a sense that he will not miss a class of political education. He will not miss a moment of imparting knowledge to his fellow comrades. Nathi was shaped through the contradictions of the democratic movement in the context of the United Democratic Front and the youth movement, the South African Youth Congress, and the youth congresses that came to mushroom when structures were banned in our country. It did partake and lead from the front to the point of the unbanning of the ANC. In Nathi, we remember Vusi Mzimela, who came from this region. In Nathi, we remember Prophet, Isaiah Nchangazi. We remember Stitching Gubane. We remember his generation, who some of them are still alive. I won't mention. But just a few of comrades who walked with Nathi in the trenches and who are no more. And now he joins them in death, but his spirit lives on. Nathi, in the contradictions that shaped the movement and differences which are not so much ideological. You might have had a difference with him from one conference to the other, but he remained a comrade. He was not inimical to his comrades who, because of a certain moment, you did not agree with him, that he defined you as the enemy. He grabbed opportunities given to him because to serve is a privilege. It's not a right. Nathi was privileged, like all of us who were privileged at some point to be appointed by ANC as ministers. Nathi was, and he served to the best of his ability. He was not infallible. He was not an individual without mistakes, both in politics and in general. But in our culture, we do not emphasize the mistakes. We talk about the legacy. So if you talk to somebody who is no more, who is unable to answer for themselves, you are just defined as nothing else but a coward. Because you are talking to somebody whose soul is no more, and as a result, talking about somebody who's not in a position to speak for themselves. We thank South Africans in their numbers and millions who have shown love to the family, who have shared their experiences wherever Nathi was and deployed by the ANC, but also in the trenches of the revolution. Unathi was not just a friend, he was a friend in the struggle. To some of us individually, we can talk about those personal experiences with him as we grew up. But the most important embodiment that brings us to this point today about Nathi is that he was a comrade to the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you.